One of the quirks and features of the 2002 is it has a small 4-cylinder engine. A little bit of Scotty came out on that one. This is a BMW 2002, and today we're going to go over some of its quirks and features. You may think it's the year 2002, but funny enough, it's actually in 1974. For the magic of editing, we've already removed the exhaust, we've already drained the oil. Jalen's pretty much telling me what to do here because I've never pulled a motor before.
Yeah, so I've done it like 3 or 4 times on my own cars. Did it for my, one of them.
Which one?
One of them.
Cool.
So right now what we're doing is we're taking off the drive spindle. Then replacing the transaxle fluid.
Alright.
And then we're gonna take off the electronic fuel control valve, and then
Alright.
we're gonna mix up with the headers.
Alright, Jalen, so your job is to take the drive shaft out. Okay. Alright, so oil is drained out, which solves our oil leaks, and then now we're gonna drain the coolant. If you guys remember from the last 2002 video, the coolant was just like straight rust brown that came out of it. So get ready to pull the drain plug, and we'll see if it looks any better after this fresh coolant getting flushed through. This could also make a large mess. Oh, cock! Oh, I can taste it.
I just mopped the floor.
Ew, that tastes bad.
What's it taste like? Kombucha?
I like kombucha.
That's what kombucha tastes like, made chemical.
Oh my god, my mom's gonna kill me. Alright, Jalen's about to pop the drive shaft out. Fluids are drained. We're like so far along in this engine pull, which is funny.
It's been like 15 minutes, I think.
Because it's so simple. As soon as he's done with that, whole drive shaft will drop down. I'm gonna undo the motor mounts under here, and then we're done on the bottom end. We'll go up top, lift her out. Much easier done than said.
Much easier done than said.
And it looks like you're getting the hang of it. I am popping the shifter linkage off. A lot of people forget to do that. Speaking of forgetting to do something, the number one thing people forget to disconnect is the line, the hydraulic line that goes from basically the pedal to the transmission for the clutch pedal. And so like you'll be like pulling the engine up with the hoist and it will be coming out, and then you'll see like this line like stretched about to snap. That's always a clutch line. So I'm glad I mentioned that because I would have forgotten it. But shifter is disconnected, so now it's ready to come out, and then we're done under the car.
Okay, well, I'm taking off the exhaust manifold. It's just 4 bolts to 13 millimeters. So let's get to it. Pretty simple, not too bad. I mean, I did build this whole car with my 2 bare hands when I was 12 years old, so Ransom acts like he built this car and he didn't do anything. I did.
Pulling an engine is actually like pretty easy. People think that's like, oh my god, you're pulling an engine out, but like the way I kind of think about it is like, imagine you have to be able to run your hand like all the way around the motor, like between the engine and the car, and not hit anything. So like you're literally just disconnecting things that are connected to the car and then connected to the engine. So like all these hoses don't matter because one side's connected to the engine and the other side is also connected to the engine. So it all just comes out as one. Yeah, perfect. Just like that. We've just removed the headers, which probably wasn't necessary, but it's just left us so much room for activities over here, and also is going to allow us, again, if you saw in the other video, when we tried to drain the coolant and it hit the headers and just like covered the floor. So now that they're off, I can drain the coolant easier, and then I think it'll be time to come out. I think it looks pretty rowdy like this. Kind of looks like rat rowdy.
It does. Looks like a full-blown race car.
Well, I think it's time to bust out my favorite tool that just sits and takes up all this space for like months and then finally gets used.
Remember you were saying you'd rather like pull like the motor out of the E30 than like ever mess with like the pedal box again.
Yes.
Do the viewers know what motor's gonna go in it?
No, we actually never talked about motors going in it. That'll be a surprise that we're picking it up tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna come out.
Why?
Because look, see how wide the engine bay is?
Uh-huh.
That's great, but see how short it is?
Uh-huh.
So with this extra long 5-speed transmission, like for this to come out of this hole, the transmission's all the way back there, it's gonna have to go like vertical to come out.
So you're saying we gotta detach the transmission from the motor?
I think so. But the good news is it's already, everything's already detached except for the few bolts to hold it on the outside. So I'll just go under there and zip them off. I think that'd be easier, and then we can just pluck it straight out. Okay, now we can pull it out.
Thank God.
We're just gonna straight out. Yep, so got a mount there and one back here, yeah. All right, everything's disconnected. Trans is out. When I say everything except the fuel line, that's gonna be last. Trans is out, hoist is in place. We decided not to use the load leveler because it's gonna come straight out. I've actually never pulled an engine like this before. I've dropped the whole like drivetrain out of the bottom. I don't know if these really do that. I don't know how these are installed at the factory. But yeah, we're just gonna pluck it straight out and this should be pretty straightforward. Luckily this engine isn't crazy heavy, especially since it's just by itself. It's a 4-cylinder. So we're not having to like worry about like huge bolts to hold it on. This is relatively small chain for this, but it should be fine. So, all right, I think we're ready to start lifting. Wiggling to come out. She's coming.
There she is.
All right, now she's dangling. So now, as we pull it up, basically what you want to do is just kind of
keep it centered.
Keep it wiggling like that.
Okay.
To know that it doesn't get caught on anything.
All right.
Good.
Oh yeah, we're good. Keep going.
Yeah, there's no way. No way this would have happened with the trans on it. This fan, we have to ditch the fan. Nope, we're getting there.
Oh yeah.
There it is. All right, I'm gonna bring this forward a little.
All right.
Okay. God, it's so sketcy when it's like up that high.
You're like,
just something that heavy being lifted that high. All right.
We were in Fast and Furious when Dom just caught it, dude. That's no. That
yes,
can't be
that
real.
doesn't happen.
That's bullshit.
Now I just want to get it down as quick as we can, so we're not dangling.
And
it's a pretty good looking engine.
yeah.
Looks nice and empty, doesn't it?
It does.
I like to think that at one point it was probably like so shiny, like the paint in here, probably nice and white, and then, you know, leaky engine kind of does that to it.
Yeah.
It's like 1 a.m. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
The way to finish today. It looks good. It looks good sitting out of the car.
It
I think
does.
it looks better out of the car than it did in it. On that note, we're gonna go get a new engine, and I gotta do something with all this stuff.
And put my car back together.
Yeah, I'll put your car back together.
Thank you.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and this does kind of mark the beginning of the build for 2002. We have a ton of parts ordered for it. It's gonna be pretty sweet. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.